Now let's just move on further towards the question number 2, which says a well of the diameter 3 meter is dug 14 meter deep. The earth is taken out of it and has been spread evenly around it into the shape of the circular ring of the width 4 meter to form an embankment. So it is actually forming an embankment around the cylindrical well. Now further it says find the height of the embankment. So we just have to find the height of the embankment. So first of all, let us suppose if I am just taking the figures as in of this form. So this was first of all my well. So when the earth was actually taken out of it, so the earth or the volume of the earth is actually is equal to the volume of the embankment that is made around over here. So now we have to find out the height of this particular embankment, the height of this embankment. So let us suppose if I am just writing it over here that first of all we have to find out the height of this embankment. We have to find this height of the embankment. So what do we know from this particular question? So from this particular question we know about a particular fact that according to the question, the volume of the earth taken out, the volume of the earth taken out of this well, taken out of a well is nothing but is equal to the volume of the embankment. We know about this particular concept from this question, that it is already given to us that the volume of the earth which is taken out of the well is equal to the volume of the embankment. So using this particular concept, we will now further find the height of this particular embankment. So let's just start finding out the height of the embankment. First of all, we'll talk about the volume of the earth which is taken out of the well. So the volume of the earth taken out, volume of the earth taken out of the well is nothing but is equal to pi r square h. It should be is equal to the volume of the cylinder, because the earth that was taken out of the well is definitely of the shape of the cylinder. So the volume of the earth is nothing but is equal to pi r square h. Let us suppose if I am just keeping the pi as it is and we have r square. What is the radius of this particular well? So as you can see, the diameter actually given to us as nothing but 3 meters. The diameter is given to us as 3 meters. So if the diameter is 3 meters, it means that the radius is nothing but 3 by 2 meters. The radius would be nothing but 3 by 2 meters, and furthermore the height is given to us as nothing but 14 meter. The height is nothing but given to us as 14 meter. So using this particular concept, let's just plug in all the values over here. The radius is nothing but 3 by 2. This is 3 by 2 whole square, and the height is nothing but 14. So let's just sort it out. This is pi into 9 by 4, and further we have 14. So this is 2 into 2 is 4, 2, and further we have 7 is nothing but 14. So this is nothing but 63 pi by 2. We have the units as given to us as meter. So this is meter cube. So the volume of the earth that was actually taken out of the well is nothing but 63 by 2 meter cube. So let us suppose if I am calling this as 1. Now let's just move on further. With the volume of the embankment. So let us suppose if I am just supposing some of the things over here. Let the external radius of the embankment be capital R, and inner radius be R1. So let us suppose if I am taking the external radius, let us suppose if I'll just write it over here. Let us suppose if I am just taking this radius as nothing but capital of R, and I am taking the inner, I am taking this inner radius as nothing but R1. So I am taking this as nothing but R1. So let's just talk about the radius for this one. So since we have taken the external radius of the embankment as capital R and the inner radius be R1, so it implies that the volume of embankment should be is equal to the volume of the outer, the volume of or we can say the volume of the outer cylinder we have minus the volume of the inner cylinder, the volume of the outer, the volume of the outer cylinder we have, or the circular ring we have, because it is nothing but given to us that it is spread evenly. It is in the shape of the circular ring, so it is actually into the shape of a circular ring. So it is nothing but the volume of the outer circular ring. We have the volume of the outer circular ring and the volume of the inner circular ring. So using that particular concept, let's just find out. So this would be volume of the outer cylinder minus the volume of inner, the volume of inner, the volume of inner cylinder, or we are just talking about the circular ring, let us suppose, which is also is equal to the volume of the circular ring that we have, the volume of the circular ring. And we know that the volume of the circular ring is nothing but pi of r square minus of r1 square into of h. This is nothing but the volume of the circular ring in such a cases. So hence let's just plug in all the values over here. This would be nothing but is equal to pi, let us suppose, remaining as it is. Now we have to find out the value of the capital R, which is nothing but the external radius. Now you can see over here the external radius is actually nothing but a combination of the internal radius plus the width. Now you can see all by yourself that this capital R is actually equal to the combination of this R1 plus this particular distance, and this distance is nothing but the width, and width is actually given to us as nothing but is equal to 4 meters. So it means that the capital R is nothing but is equal to R1 plus of 4. So capital R is nothing but is equal to R1. What is the value of R1? That is given to us. So R1 is we already know about the R1 value. R1 is nothing but 3 by 2. So this is nothing but 3 by 2 plus of 4. So let's just use capital R as nothing but, this would be nothing but 3 plus of 8 by 2 means R is nothing but 11 by 2. So R is nothing but 11 by 2. So use capital R as 11 by 2. This is 11 by 2 whole square minus of R1 is nothing but 3 by 2 whole square, and let's just keep H as it is. Let's just keep it as it is. So we have pi, this is nothing but 121 by 4 minus of 9 by 4 into H, and further we have pi, we have 121 minus of 9 divided by 4, this is 112 by 4 into of H. Now further we have this value as 112 by 4 pi h. This is nothing but the volume, because we do not know about the height of this particular circular ring. Since we do not know about the height of this particular circular ring, or we can say the this particular embankment, we just have to find out this value h. So let's just talk about this as nothing but the equation number 2. So we know that according to the question we know that let us suppose if I am calling it as star. So from star we can say from star we know that the equation number 1 is equal to the equation number 2. So let's just take them equal to each other. So this is nothing but 63 by 2 pi meters cube, and this is also meter cube. Definitely this is also 112 by 4 pi h meter cube. This is also meter cube. So this is equal to 112 by 4 pi h. So pi and pi get cancelled with each other. 2 and 2 is 4. So we are getting 63 into 2 divided by 112, which is nothing but is equal to h. So at the end what we are getting it as let us suppose we are taking 2 and 5 is 10, 2 and 6 is 12. So 8 we have 7 and 8 is 7 and 9. So h is actually coming out to be equal to 9 by 8, and 9 by 8 is nothing but 1.125 meters. So hence at the end we are getting the height as 1.125 meters of this particular we have as this is the embankment, the height of the embankment. So we are getting the height of the embankment at the end as nothing but is equal to, let us suppose if I'll write it over here, that the height of the embankment is nothing but is equal to is equal to 1.125. This is 1.125 meters. 1.125 meters. This is nothing but the answer for this particular question. So as you can see over here, according to the question, it was given to us that the volume of the earth taken out of the well is nothing but is equal to the volume of the embankment. We know that the embankment is actually nothing but forming a circular ring, and the volume of the circular ring is nothing but pi r1 square minus r2 square into h, means the radius of the inner minus radius of the outer into of h. So this would be nothing but of this form. So after taking equal with both of these, means after taking the comparison in between the two volumes, that is the volume of the earth which is taken out of the well, which is nothing but is equal to the volume of the embankment, we have calculated h as nothing but 1.125, which is nothing but the answer for this particular question.